Good morning students, this is my homework solution of lecture number 1 and 2 of chapter number 2 The Tiger King from your Vistas book for class 12th subject English. Children, if you remember, when we completed lecture number 2 of the same chapter, I assigned you homework that you people had been asked to give questions answers in read and find out box given on page number 8, 10 and 13. And in homework lecture number 2 was assigned do questions given in read and find out box on page 14 and 15 and question number 1 and 5 on page number 17. Now let's move to page number 8. In read and find out box you will find the question given over there is who is the Tiger King and why does he get that name? The answer to this question would be Jilani Jangjang Bahadur, the king of Pratibandhpuram, is known as the Tiger King. 10 days after his birth, a renowned astrologer predicted that his death comes from the tiger. After he became the king of Pratibandhpuram and got to know of the prediction about his death, he went on a tiger hunt. He killed about 70 tigers within 10 years. He was so caught up with reaching his target of killing 100 tigers to disprove the prophecy of the chief astrologer that all other matters took a back seat. This was how he got to be known as the Tiger King. Children, in order to disprove the prophecy of the chief astrologer, this Tiger King became very much determined to go on a tiger hunt in order to make himself immortal. Right? Therefore, he killed 70 tigers in his own kingdom and he decided to attend all other affairs of his kingdom after killing 100 tigers because he wanted to complete the tally of 100 in order to make him immortal. Now we will move to page number 10. The question in read and find out box is what did the royal infant grow up to be? Answer is the royal infant grew up to be the warrior of warriors, hero of heroes, champion of champions. The prince drank the milk of an English cow, was brought up by an English nanny, tutored in English by an English man, saw nothing but English films. When he came of the age at 20, he was declared the king of Pratibandhpuram. On page number 13, the question in read and find out box is what will the Maharaja do to find the required number of tigers to kill? Children, before answering this question, I want to let you know that after killing 70 tigers in the states of Pratibandhpuram, the tiger population almost got extinct there and the Maharaja got very much worried to find the required number of tigers to complete the tally of 100. Therefore, he decided to marry. And the answer to this question is to get the required number of tigers to kill, the Maharaja asked his Diwan to find a suitable girl for him to marry. A suitable girl for matrimonial alliance would be one who would not only come from a royal family but also belong to a state with a large tiger population. As Pratibandhpuram had no more tigers left, a province that belonged to his father-in-law would certainly provide him with an opportunity to kill more tigers and reach his aim of killing 100 tigers. Therefore, the Maharaja took this decision to marry. Let's proceed to page number 14 and the question is how will the Maharaja prepare himself for the 100th tiger which was supposed to decide his fate? And the answer is the Maharaja wanted to be extremely careful while dealing with the 100th tiger which was supposed to be the reason for his death. On encountering the 100th one, he took a careful aim at the tiger and shot it. When it fell in a crumpled heap, he was overcome with joy and left the place hastily. The Maharaja did not bother to confirm whether the tiger had been killed or not, but he became overjoyed and asked the hunters of his state to bring the skin of that tiger to his royal kingdom in order to decorate the wall of the palace. Now we will move to page number 15, and the question given in your book is, what will now happen to the astrologer? Do you think the prophecy was indisputably disproved? The answer would be, the chief astrologer dies before the king of Pratibandhapuram gets an opportunity to kill 100 tigers. Disproving his prophecy seems to be the sole reason for the king's existence. Except for killing 100 tigers, everything else takes a back seat for the king. The prophecy cannot be indisputably disproved, as the king was ultimately killed by a tiger, though neither by a real one nor by the 100th one. Looking at the weak, old, and almost lifeless tiger that was the 100th one, no one would have thought that it would escape the king's bullet by fainting at the shock of the bullet whizzing past. It was a tiny little wooden tiger from the toy shop that caused the death of Tiger King. Therefore, finally, the tiger took revenge from the Maharaja. Children, I asked you to do question number 1 from page number 17. This will be written as long answer type question. And the question is, the story. The story of Tiger King is a satire on the conceit of those in power. How does the author employ the literary device of dramatic irony in the story? The answer is, conceit means an extremely favorable and high opinion of one's own abilities and worth, while a satire refers to the use of irony, humor, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize stupidity and vices of people in a particular context or situation. This story is a satire on the conceit of those in power. The king is known to be an extremely conceited person right from the beginning. As a 10-day-old infant, he pronounced the words, "Let tigers beware." By challenging the astrologer's prediction, he also challenges his death. Moreover, killing 70 tigers within a period of 10 years and bringing the entire species close to extinction, marrying for the convenience of killing more tigers, exercising the authority to punish or tax people according to his wish and fancies, flaunting his power and richness in sending about 50 rings to the British officer's lady, or paying a bill of 3 lakh rupees, having a temper that would make other people lose their job or even life, etc., are all parts of his conceit. He does nothing for the sake of his people in the capacity of a king. All this has been highlighted in the story using humor, irony, and exaggeration. Death is an inevitable phenomenon associated to life itself. Challenging death on the basis of prediction by astrologers is as good as a wasted effort. Even after the monumental task of killing 99 tigers, the 100th tiger escaped being shot by the king's gun. Unaware of this fact, he dies merely because of a tiny little wooden toy tiger and not by any ferocious living creature like tiger. Thus, the dramatic irony surfaces strongly at the end of the story when the readers realize what the king never does. Now, we'll be discussing question number 5 given on the same page number 17. Children, this would also be written as long answer type question for 6 marks to be answered in exam. The second question on page number 17 assigned as homework is question number 5, and the question says, we need a new system for the age of ecology, a system which is embedded in the care of all people and also in the care of the earth and all life upon it. Let's discuss the answer. A new system embedded in the care not only of all the people but also of the earth and life upon it, is required to preserve and sustain nature's balance at both national and international levels. Formulating rules for the preservation of endangered species or assigning funds for conservation of wildlife or imposing ban on hunting and poaching is not enough. People need to be made aware of the repercussions of exploiting nature and its creatures through various awareness campaigns held at schools, colleges, and important public gatherings using the media of street plays, television, films, and documentaries, etc. People must be made to understand that every creature has a prominent role in the ecological cycle and no one has right to kill other life forms or destroy their habitats. Restoration of nature's balance as well as a proper system of sustainable development therefore has to be followed without fail or intermittent lapses. All the reasons for ecological imbalance like deforestation, rapid industrialization, soil erosion, etc. need to be addressed before global warming and other climatic hazard or natural calamity takes its toll. Children, as you know, animals and birds are as much part of the nature as human beings. The destruction of one species may not only lead to its extinction, but it will adversely affect the ecological balance. Those animals which serve as food for the wild animals will increase in large number if the beasts of prey are wiped out. Each species, howsoever fierce, deadly, ferocious, or poisonous, has its role in maintaining ecological balance in nature. Children, this is the end of homework solution assigned for chapter number 2, The Tiger King. And now all of you are supposed to learn and write all the discussed questions of the chapter in your Fair English notebook. Thank you. This is the end of the lecture.